Hello everyone, my name is David Perez from Symfintek, and in today's video we are going to talk about the person entity inside the Commissions Conductor for Acumatica. As we have discussed in our last videos, the Commissions Conductor has three main entities: the person, the role, and the incentive. In our last video we talked about the role entity, and in today's video we are going to talk about the person entity. So let's start by opening the screen. So the sales agent management screen, or the person entity in the Commissions Conductor, represents who is the sales agent or the person who is going to receive commissions. Okay. In this screen over here, we have a couple of fields that we are going to define one by one in a moment, okay? And then we have an area where the active roles are going to appear depending on the number of roles that are active for a person in a determined moment, okay? So right now, Alberto Jimenez is related to a single role, that is the sales manager role, but Alberto could be related to multiple roles, okay? So he could be as well a lead activator or a salesperson. That will depend on how you want to structure your commissions, but a person can play different roles on different documents in your organization. So let's start with reviewing the different fields inside the sales agent management screen. We're going to start with an ID, okay? So this is the ID that is going to be used to identify the sales agent across the Commissions Conductor model, okay? So at the time you create a new one, you are able to specify whichever name you want, okay? And after you specify the name, you can save the document, okay? We have already a couple of examples created over here, so I'm going to focus on Alberto. So this is going to be the name of the person who is going to play the sales agent, okay? Then we have the salesperson ID. This is coming from the Acumatica out-of-the-box commissions model, okay? So we have provided this field over here if you want to link the new commissions model from Symfintek with the legacy commissions from Acumatica. This is not mandatory, you can omit this part, but in case that you want to use it, you can. This is more oriented to export the data from the legacy tables from Acumatica into the Commissions Conductor tables. Then we have the employee ID from Acumatica. At the time you specify the employee ID from Acumatica, the vendor ID and the Acumatica user ID are going to be pulled from the employee card. The vendor ID is important in case you want to use the check as a payment method, okay? So this is not mandatory in case you want to use the payroll or the other payment method options, but when you want to pay to your salesperson by using the check method, you need to specify a vendor ID. The Acumatica user ID is the user ID from Acumatica that allows the user to log into the Acumatica portal. So this is important because the Commissions Conductor has several permission settings that can be defined inside the model. These permissions are going to be restricted by the user ID that is linked to the sales agent entity. So in case you want to give access to your salespeople inside the Acumatica, make sure that you set properly the Acumatica user ID to the sales agent management record. Great. So let's move into the activation date. The activation date is mandatory, and it sets the very beginning date where this person is going to start receiving commissions. Right now, we can see how this person started to receive commissions on January the 1st of 2022. And currently, this person doesn't have a deactivation date. The deactivation date is important because this is going to stop commissions from being calculated after the deactivation date. This person doesn't have a deactivation date, but we have a person in the system who is Sultana Young that has a deactivation date. By setting the deactivation date, any transactions related to Sultana after the June 30 of 2022 will be omitted from being calculated from the commissions calculation process. So in addition, from stopping commissions from being calculated, then we are going to get this record as inactive. So over here in the main on the main entry of the sales agent screen, we have a primary list with a generic inquiry. The first tab shows all the records related to sales agent management screen. Then we have the active sales agents. We don't have Sultana over here, but we have her over here as an inactive sales agent. Okay. This is important because under the commission preferences, we saw that at the time of specifying a licensing key, we have a number of users. So by setting the deactivation date for Sultana, Sultana stopped to count as an active person for the licensing counting. So right now, despite the fact we have 50 users, under our licensing key, we have a total of 13 active records, and one inactive record. So basically, despite the fact all my records are 14, the licensing key is counting only 13 records as active, giving you one more seat in case you want to add another people who is going to be active. Great. So getting back to Alberto, we have a base salary. The base salary has to be on how you want to pay your sales team, at the time of running the commissions payout. The base salary guarantees that despite the fact of the commissions earned by a person in the scope of a period or a payment period, the person is going to receive at least this amount of money. In the case this person performs under the base salary, we are going to get a balance that is going to be handled by commission draws. We are going to talk about that at the time we talk about the commission payouts in our commissions model. The salary history can vary over the time. Right now, we have two different base salary amounts. The 5,000 that is starting on January the 1st of 2022, and we have a new salary amount that is going to be the new salary for the upcoming year in 2024. The base salary displayed over here is going to be the salary that matches the current business date from your Acumatica site. Then we have the pay using or the payment method that can be payroll, check, or other. The payroll method is going to create a journal entry where all the transactions are going to be named as debits or credits, from the commission expenses, commission accruals, or commission payroll accounts. We are going to talk about this in in better detail at the time we talk about the commission payouts in the commissions conductor for Acumatica. Then we have a cap commission amount option that, depending on the frequency that you want to specify, you can cap the amount of money that a person can receive monthly, quarterly, or yearly. That means that if this person performs commissions above the max commission amount that you specify under this field, the commissions or the amounts exceeding the cap are going to be omitted to be paid. Then we have a default payment deduction. That means that when the commissions are negative because of refunds in the system, you are able to set a rate at the time of applying these negative amounts. You are going to apply the 100% of the negative commission amounts if you leave the default value under this screen. If you don't want to penalize your sales team with the 100% of the commission payouts at the time of performing a payment, you can specify whichever number you want between 0 and 100. This is going to set the percentage of the negative commissions that the person are going to assume or receive in the next payout document. I'm going to leave this as 100%, okay? And we are going to talk in better detail about this when talking about the commission payouts. Then we have an style field that is useful if you want to give color to your custom generic inquiries, okay? And then we have the active roles. We have talked about the fact that a person can belong to different roles. Right now, Alberto is under the sales manager, but he could perform under the lead activator or salesperson if he wants to, or if the organization wants to, okay? A person can have multiple active roles at the same time, and a person can transition among different roles over the time. So right now, Alberto is a sales manager, but maybe in 2024, he could start performing under another role. That could be salesperson, sales manager, I don't know, senior sales manager, or something like that, okay? We have a start date that sets starting on which date this person performing this role is going to receive commissions when performing or when playing under this role, okay? You can specify an end date over here that is going to make the role as inactive, and is going to put the role that Alberto is playing under an inactive status, starting on the end date of the role link or the role relationship, okay? We're going to leave this as it is right now, but remember that a person can play several roles and can transition among different roles over the time. Getting into the details section of the screen, we have the active incentive that Alberto is related to. So currently he's related to consumer, electronics, food, industrial, and industrial incentives, okay? Then you can open and you can see the different information regarding to the incentive he's related to. So you can see the commission percentage, the default commission percentage coming from the role, starting on which period this incentive is active, which is the commissionable base, and which are the different earnings open methods, okay, that are related or this incentive profile is subject to. So this one is sales booking. This is at the time that customer pays in full, and we are going to talk about this in better detail at the time we cover the incentive profiles entity. Okay, then we have the salary history, where we already talked that you can have several salaries for a person over the time. We have the role history, that as we have discussed already, a person can transition, okay, among different roles over the time, and you can see over here all the roles the person has been playing, okay, over the time inside your organization. Then we have customers. This is a section where you can see which are the customers this person is acting as sales representative to. Alberto is a sales manager, so he's not directly related to any of the customers, but if I move to a salesperson, I can see how Eric Killian is acting as the sales representative for these customers over here. Then we have accounts, okay? This is in the case you want to specify specific accounts for the different commission transactions for a specific person. So each person can have its own set of accounts for accruals, commission expenses or cost, draws accounts, other payment account method, and the payroll account method, okay? And for the sub-accounts, you can specify sub-accounts, specific sub-accounts as well. Then we have the permission settings, okay? These permissions can be customized by person, okay? And they restrict how the person interacts with the commission settings area under the sales documents. So getting back into our commission flow, if we get into the invoices screen, let's hold on a second. Okay, we have a commission settings area over here. So the permissions defined under the permission settings area under the sales agent management screen are going to determine how the person is going to interact with the commissions conductor commission settings for the commissions conductor area. Okay, so basically by having these permissions over here, the person is going to be able to edit included roles where the salesperson is assigned. So basically Eric Killian can edit other salesperson information, okay, under the commission settings. The role must be the same for as the role Eric is playing, okay. This is about adding, okay, other colleagues under the same role. So Eric could add other salespeople to the documents, okay. This allows Eric to edit the commission settings information for other roles that can be assigned or unassigned to Eric. So basically Eric could modify the commission settings information for other people playing different roles, and it allows to add other people playing different roles as Eric, okay. So basically this is permissions related to conditions that are going to restrict how Eric interacts, okay, with the commission settings area depending on the role he's playing, okay. The second area over here restricts, okay, the commission settings as well over here, but not depending on the role Eric is performing, but on the stage of the commission. So basically, if the commission has not been calculated, okay, Eric could modify the commission settings area. But as I said, this one over here, so Eric could edit the commissions that has during while the commissions haven't been paid, okay? And by selecting the last option, okay, Eric could modify the commission settings area regardless of the commission stage being calculated or paid, okay? So typically, okay, um, the the sales people shouldn't have access, okay, to the commissions when the commission has been calculated, okay, or paid. So I'm going to leave this as it is, okay. And depending of the policies of your organizations, you could desire, okay, people inside your organizations to manipulate the commission settings depending on the role they are playing, or maybe you want to give them full access during while commissions haven't been calculated or paid, okay? So that depends on you. And you can customize, okay, how the salespeople interacts with the commission settings area, okay, that is inside the different documents, the sales documents in Acumatica. That could be opportunity, leads, sales orders, invoices and memo, invoices from sales orders, and so on, okay? So with this, we finish with the sales agents entity discussion. So basically, the sales agent is a place where you define how do you want to set on or under which different dates you want your salespeople to start receiving commissions. You can add or remove different roles to your salespeople. You can set the different accounts. You can see the history. You can see the salary history, or set a new salary starting on an upcoming date. You can see all the incentives the person is related to under the incentive area, and you can set the permissions that the person is going to have when manipulating any sales document. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.